Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. Let me know if it sounds alright. I've not fiddled with any settings, but you know what happens, it just all goes a bit higgledy-piggledy now and then. Right, so we're back tonight, round 8 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Next Gen. Links will be in description for all of that. So tonight we're coming from Tokyo Expressway Central Outer Loop, so a lot of concrete and steel on this one. Very unforgiving track, don't want to be getting it wrong. So we've got 15 minutes of quali. Let's see who we've got in the room. It looks like we've got a joint lobby again tonight. GRT Hunty, Bigsy, Potter McPot, Danzo, Pilgrim Paddy, me, but I'm not racing, Cutler, Bigsy we've seen, Mad Marshall, Mustang Jockey, West Ham Kapow, Graham Reeds, Conrad Racing, and Jamie. So there's a few on track and still a few not on track. So we are still in practice mode at the minute. We're not actually jumped through to quali. It's the 2-race format for you guys tonight. Burnt Fry, how you doing? I hope my sound is all right for you guys. Yeah, so we're just waiting for Cutler, I think, to switch it over to endurance race. As I say, round 8 from Tokyo Expressway. Very unforgiving track. So just while we're waiting for this to kick off, I don't think this is quali. There's too many people sitting in the pits for this to be quali. I better get myself on track anyway, just in case. Boom. So let's go and see Conrad Racing. He's been missing a little bit. We're not seeing him for a while. So I think this must be a fresh sort of practice session, as there is only 2 minutes on the clock. In the bottom left there, Conrad Racing, first man out on track then, but just before we get into some times, let me just throw up the latest standing. So it's a joint lobby again tonight by the look of it. We've got the pros and the pro-ams joined up. 12, looks like there's going to be 12 drivers if everyone joins track. So for the time being, we'll just have a look at some scores. So NGR Cutler is currently leading after round 7. He's on 215 points. Zuzim second, 206. Didn't see Zuzim's in the lobby, so it might be out of this one. Don Dotter in third, 174. Right behind him is Bigsy, 173. Potter McPot is still in fifth with 170, even though he's got 2 did not race there, so still on 170 points, not doing bad. Pav 46, I don't think he's in the room either. He did not start. 138 points for him. He's, as I say, 6th place. NGR Cuddles, I believe, is no longer in this league, so that's Cuddles out of the game. Oh, we heard some damage there. We've got 63 points for Scar Wars. Burnt Fry is on 48 in 9th. You racing tonight, Burnt Fry? You on track? I didn't see you on track. Didn't see you on track. Conrad Racing's in the house as well. He's in 10th on 35 points. Dropped to the bottom of the pros. Got Myla Tyler, I think he's out. His wheels exploded. And TC Fredo, I think we've seen him in 1 race this season. So being as the Pro-Am boys are in here as well, I've got their scores as well. So Ollie O'Neill there, he's leading this Pro-Am division with 264 points, absolutely running away with it by the looks of it. And then we've got him, Carl, 25 in second on 161. NGR Danzo, 155 in third. Graham Reeds in fourth with 148. 10 points back is Gapow with 138. And 129 is NGR Happy in sixth. Pilgrim Paddy in seventh on 129. West Ham Daz in eighth, 124. P1 boys doing all right in these lobbies. Boonsy Bob, he's in ninth with 118 points. God. Why can't I see that? That's really messing with my eyes, that is. Mad Marshall, that's why I couldn't read that. He's on 106, and we jump down to the bottom of the Pro-Ams. We've got Mr. Dre, I'm not sure if he's even racing, but he's on 99 points. Revolver, he's on 77. And Jamie J, he's on not many points at all there. All of 56, sitting at the back in 13th. Again, a lot of these drivers have left this league, so we have got 2 leagues joined up tonight. So let's jump back to some action then. Let's go and see who's fastest out there currently. We've got Potter McPot leading the way with a 126.4. Running himself around the outside of Mad Marshall there. Keeping it clean then, Potter. Just putting an even quicker lap on 125.0. So that was a good time to join, wasn't it? So NGR Cutler second currently on track and on the grid. Oh, little clip of the wall for him as well. 126.4. Bigsy, oh, where's Potter gone? I think Potter's just left the lobby, possibly going to change some tyres or settings or something. Conrad Racing, he's now sitting in third, then 128.0. Graham Reed's 129.8. West Ham Daz 130.0. A little bit of a collision behind. From NGR Happy by the sounds of it. He's sitting on a 131.1 in 6th. Power in 7th, 132.1. Mustang Jockey, not seen this guy race. He's on a 135.0 in the little minis. NGR Mad Marshall, no hot lap from him at the minute. Potter in the pits, Hunty in the pits, Stanzo in the pits, Pilgrim Paddy in the pits, Jamie J in the pits. So 14 drivers. Should be a good little fight tonight. So just while we are waiting for some more times, we'll just quickly pop out and have a look at these race settings. So that's a full lobby. So for the first race, tyre wear's off, fuel is off. That's right. It's a short little 15-minute blast for the first race, and then into a 30-minute enduro with different settings. So we'll come back and have a look at those settings. They will pop up on screen for you lot when Cutler changes those settings. Oh, missed it. So Cutler gone. He's sitting fastest then. Potter McPot yet to come back on track. 126.4 then for Cutler. Bigsy in the pits, 126.6. Just over halfway through this quali. Plenty of time left to put some laps in. Conrad Racing then up into third, 128.0. Graham Reeds. Ollie O'Neill's joined the room a little bit late, but it's a good job it's the practice quali and not the quali. West Ham Daz sitting in the pits. NGR happy. Pow. It's happy done 7th. It's got to be a little bit quicker. 130.5. Pow's on the 132s. Paint removal. 133.6 for Mustang. Potomac Pot has been back out on track then. It's gone faster again. Oh no, it's just because he's come back on track. His last lap still stands then. Which I can't remember what it was. So he's 3/4 of the way around the track. Let's stick with him, see what he's got. So this track's difficult in the wet. They were talking about using the wet settings tonight, but it has been mentioned that half this track is wet and half of it is dry. If you look at how many tunnels and bridges and things there are in this top section. Potter comes across the line then. Oh, it's his outlap. Lots of sort of underground little sections where it stays dry, so putting the wets on doesn't work. Intermediates burn out pretty quick. And then when you come out of these tunnels, you come back out into the wet, and it's too wet for intermediates. The wets are too much for the dry. It's a difficult combination, this track in the wet. Right, that's enough for Potter. Cutler's ghosting. Oh, he's glitching, and now he's in the pits. Biggsy's in the pits, Conrad's in the pits. Graham Reeds is still out on track, not managed to better that one, 29.8 yet. He stays off the wall though, we've seen a lot of drivers going to the wall on that particular corner. While we're here, let's go on board for a lap with Graham Reeds. So across the start-finish straight then. Does it look like he might be going for a full lap? Possibly not. No, he's ghosting out. So let's go and find another driver who's somewhere near the start-finish line, who is actually... Oh. Okay, what's happened there? Just a change of time for that one. So it's 9:35 in the morning now, regardless of where you are. That's where we're racing. Tokyo Expressway. He's not done anything with the weather. He's left it as sunny. 9:35, so possibly a little bit confusion over lobby settings. Oh, here we go. Let's see what's happening now. Tokyo Expressway. Oh, more time changes. 12:30. So I'm not sure if they're setting this up like Potomac Pot sets his GR3 league up. I don't know whether I'd ask the question, in fact. Potter sets it up so you've got different times of day you can use on Gran Turismo. Depending on what time of day it is, depending whether it's cloudy or sunny or whatever. So Potter tries to set it up, I think, with quali early or earlier, and then the first race and then the second race, all in chronological order with the timestamps available on the game. So I'm not sure whether they're doing that. So time has been reset. Looks like we're having a bit of a late start to quali. Possibly waiting for Ollie O'Neill to turn up. So yeah, being as we've got the Pro and Pro-Am drivers, they have got slightly different settings car-wise. They do weigh the same. the pro drivers are running these cars at 220 brake. The pro-ams are running at 150. So you will see a lot of easy overtakes by the pros over the pro-ams. But the onus is on the pros to make the move cleanly, not for the pro-ams to stay out of their way. Pro-ams can stick to their line. It's up to the pros to make a run around the outside or wait till a straight like this. Hunty, evening. I deaded. Well, it's an eye opener. Come back into the league in this track. There's no run out. You're not racing then, Hunty. Ah, he's back. Come on. Stop messing about, Hunty. Now, why's that gone through to... I was looking for Conrad Racing. He will be... Will he be first man across the line? Putting in some speedy times, though. To the wall through there, though. That's going to slow him down. And again through there. Let's see what he's got then. Last quarter of the track to go. There's a big punch up of drivers behind. If you look at the top right hand side of your screen, you can see the track map. We're on board with Conrad Racing, the little red triangle, and there's a big fight of blue triangles about an eighth of a track back. So let's see what Conrad Racing's got after he's taken a lot of paint off that. So he puts in a 127, but we've got the other drivers coming through now. So Danzo will put in a 146. Well, let's just wait for this melee to come through and then we can catch up. So Conrad Racing losing that P1 position to Potter McPot, 125.0. 2.3 seconds faster than anyone else out on track. So a lot of work to do for these drivers to try and catch up with Potter by the looks of it. Happy's getting a good tow off Ollie O'Neill. Gotta be careful though, don't want to be getting too close. Could be a wreck for both of you. So into the tunnel, both of these drivers keeping it out of the wall. So all apart from Happy on the exit. Cotler's chucked himself into second then, 125.7. Close that gap in on Potter by loads. That's down to 3/4 of a second then between Cutler and Potter. Cutler, one of the most consistent drivers in this league, I've got to say. Very clean, knows exactly where to put his car when he's under pressure. Judging by that, knows how to keep it out the wall. So he's about a second down on his time. Cutler Potter's gone quicker, 124.9. So that's the key to this one, really, keeping it out of the wall. It may not look like much, but a little clip of the wall slows you down enough for the driver to behind to come and have a go at you. Racing now in third, 126.8, into the wall a little bit there. say that's key to this race, keeping it out of the wall. Only slows you down by a little bit, but if the driver behind doesn't clip the wall, a very unforgiving track. So let's try again then. Let's see if NGR Happy will do a full lap this time. So he's got Graham Reeds and West Ham Daz in front. If he gets his line right, he'll get a little toe off them. So through this right-hander, just clip the wall there, that's slowed him down a little bit. Through this second right-hander, big long sweeping right into the tunnel section. Hard on the power now then. As he sweeps past West Ham Daz. So down a gear or two through this one. Oh no, he doesn't. It's not as tight. It's not the corner I thought it was. So just a little lift through there then for NGR Happy. Back on the power as he heads back down the hill into another tunnel section. Again, you can see absolutely nowhere to hide on this track. You get it wrong, you're in a wall or the steel work here. Look. So through the S's, back out to the open. Back down the hill, through the sweeping left, under the tunnel, to the left-hander, coming out. Easy to get this one wrong as well if you're not expecting it. NGR Happy doing a good job keeping it out of the wall that time though. And through the right-hander onto the start-finish straight. Just having to control that car. So he puts in a 1:30.2, so still in 8th then for NGR Happy. Why aren't you changing camera? So Cutler's put in a faster time of 1:24.6. Clipping the wall there though. It's only 0.1 in front of Potter. Potter putting in purple sectors though. So we're into sector 2 with the purple. So can he keep the momentum through sectors 3 and 4? Just coming up to this timing line now. He does. So he's 0.3 of a second quicker than Cutler's time currently on track. So around this long right-hander onto the start-finish straight. Once he got Potter, is he able to keep the momentum up through those corners? He doesn't. Lost a lot of time in that last sector. Dropped to a 1:24.9, so it was looking good for Potter. So Cutler just wins out there then. Conrad still in 3rd on the 1:25.7. Bigsy 4th, 1:26.0. Hunty, so he's come back to the racing. He has been doing a bit of commentary for the Pro-Ams. So 1:28.4, currently sitting in 5th for Hunty. Try and keep the paint on it, dude. Ollie O'Neill, 1:28.6 then. He's just done his fastest lap there on lap 6. Terminal, evening mate, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. West Ham Daz just sitting in the pits at the minute, so we've got about 5 minutes left of quali. Graham Reed sitting on a 1:28.8. NGR Happy 1:28.8 also. Oh, 1,000th of a second back from Graham Reed's. Bet you can see that. Putting everything into that one, I bet. Let's see what he's got, see if he can do it. Last two corners are the tricky ones, really. This one out of the tunnel, keeping it out of the wall. This one here, you want to try and keep as much speed as possible through this one. Easy to run it wide and smash into the wall on the exits. So what's NGR Happy got? Oh, not quick enough. 129.0. So Potter has gone quicker now. 124.4. So 0.1 quicker than Cutler. Pushes him back into second place. Oh. The liveries actually, Terminal, are genuine liveries from the actual Mini Cooper Cup, either now or previous years. So it's a racing series that, if you look at the name of this, it's the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. This season is sponsored by CHewitt Racing, who do enter the Mini Cooper Cup in a car very similar to that. So this is actually one of the liveries that they use in CHewitt Racing family and in the Mini Cooper Cup. Cutler not being a very good ambassador at saving paint while we're showing him. But yeah, they're all very good liveries. Big shout out to NGR Cuddles for them. John Burton put most of these together, I think. Just have a flick through some of these if we get to see them. It's a tight track. There's no sort of long camera angles where you can see the side of these cars due to the walls and the bridges. So you get a little glimpse of that as it comes flying past you, and that's about it. There you go, you saw it there, look. Hunty, there you go, thanks for showing your livery. Oh, that might do it. Here we go, there's a livery. Whew, found one. I'll flick over to West Ham Daz as well, he's in the pits, and Bigsy in fact. There's Bigsy's. And there's West Ham Daz, come on camera. Change camera. Nope, it's going to go static. So yeah, some good liveries in this one, Terminal. It should be, there's two different classes in here. We've got pros and pro-ams. So the pros, Potter McPot is in the pros. He's racing, it's the same car, but it's got 220 brake. The pro-ams are running 150 brake. So Ollie O'Neill. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Ollie O'Neill's running with 150 brake. So you will see a lot of overtakes from the pros on the pro-ams. But nothing taken away from the pro-am guys. They battle it out just as hard, if not harder, than the pros sometimes. So we're into the last minute of this qualifying session. Potter McPot leading with a 124.1, half a second faster than NGR Cutler now. 124.6 for him in second. Bigsy just sitting this one out in the pits then, 125.2. Conrad Racing in fourth, 125.7. Hunty not doing too bad, just coming back to this league in fifth place, 128.4. So you guys might know this guy. It's Hunty the Punty. Ollie O'Neill, so up into sixth then. 128.6. West Ham Daz in seventh, 128.8. Graham Reeds, oh, so he's left the lobby and come back, but he's currently sitting in eighth. No hot lap on the board. Happy in ninth, 128.8. Mustang Jockey, 129.1. Oh, 3 wide coming through there. 3 wide, nearly. Sitting in 10th. Kapow in 11th. Jamie J in 12th. Pilgrim Paddy 13th. Mad Marshall 14th. And Danzo in 15th. So absolutely jam-packed lobby. It's a shame I've got to be here. We could have got 16 in it. Oh, and now we've got a grey screen. So we should be seeing the start of qualifying anytime soon. That would kind of signify it. I think NGR Cutler smashing into the back end of Potter would give the signal that Cutler's ghosting out to start the race. So is Potter McPot practicing his starts? Yes, he is. It's a tactic we see Potter McPot do a lot. He always tries to get the start about right. help him out with NGR, Cutler and Bigsy behind. So, qualifying over. Grid order needs to be set. It's going to be set so the pros will start at the front and the pro-ams will start at the back. Pot trying to devastate that Mini. And they will start in the order they finished the race. Obviously, it's going to take a few seconds for NGR Cutler to figure all that out and sort that out. And this is where you'll start to see people doing donuts and crashing. Oh, not so much. Cutler's got the race underway pretty quick. Baggy, evening mate, how you doing? Welcome on board. Hunty the punty, it's not go. Well, Hunty, come on man, you're in 5th. Stop flapping. So there's grid order. I've kind of already run through it. I'm not going through it again because there's far too many drivers and it'll be off screen before I finish. There you go. So is that the camera angle you're going to give me? Oh, PlayStation, why do you do that? So we're in Potter McPot's face then as we wait for these out of sight lights to drop so they're away. That's a good start by Potter. He's not even giving us a wave, look. How rude. So he leads us away. Half a second lead. Bigsy's managed to get past. Why aren't you changing camera? Bigsy's managed to get past Cutler off the start there then. Cutler down into 3rd. Conrad racing 4th. And GRT Hunty 5th. So you can see these pro boys have just gapped the pro-am boys. Ollie O'Neill, the top of the pro-am guys. Closely followed by West Ham Daz. And then we've got a bit of a gap back to Graham Reeds and Kapow now fighting it out as they come under the tunnel section. Mad Marshall's not that far back. Pilgrim Paddy is only a second back as well. So Slipstream will come into effect as well with these close racing as it is now. Danzo in 12th, NGR Happy in 13th. So NGR, was it Danzo sitting at the back? He's not done a bad start. Up into 12th then, Happy in 13th, Jamie J in 14th, having a bit of a punch up with Mustang Jockey now. Jockey just losing out to that one, now in 15th position. So race pressure coming on, looks like these two are just clipping the wall a little bit. Trying to take those tight lines and get away from each other, but back up to the front then. So it looks like Potter's had a moment. Cutler's managed to get past and Bigsy now, but Potter's not letting it go. He's right on the rear end of Bigsy as they head round this last turn onto the start-finish straight. It's not that long actually, this straight. A little bit of a kink in it as well. Potter McPot bolted to Bigsy's rear end though. So under the overpass, Bigsy just clipping the wall. Potter's going to get a good run through this next section. Oh, it gives Bigsy a little punt there just to help him down the road. So they're 0.8 of a second back from Cutler currently. That gap coming down now. So Bigsy just falling into the slipstream range. Potter McPot closely following him. Conrad racing, just lost a bit of time to the top 3. He's about a second back. And GRT Hunty is now 2.6 seconds back, unfortunately. So it looks like Hunty's had a bit of a moment into the wall. O'Neill, top of the Pro-Am boys. Oh, he's got West Ham Daz still bolted to his rear end. So we come round onto lap 2. West Ham Daz looking to make a move on Ollie O'Neill as soon as possible. Good bit of driving by West Ham Daz. So don't forget, people, vote for driver of the day. It doesn't count to any points, but I'm sure it gives them a little bit of, one of them. So Graham Reed's not out of this fight either, 1.7 seconds back, so he can take a little bit of contact between the two drivers in front. Graham Reeds will sneak through and have that, thank you very much. So quite a big gap back to 9th place, NGR Happy. He's coming under some serious pressure from Kapow now. Kapow drifting it around this last turn, trying to get the run out the turn. Unfortunately, sliding it like that is not the quickest way round, mate. So NGR Happy manages to just keep that gap. So Kapow 10th, Pilgrim Paddy 11th, Mustang Jockey. He's managed to get past the guys. I'm not sure what's happened there. There must have been a big old collision we've had Danzo and Jamie J now at the back of the pack. We are missing a driver now all of a sudden. I didn't see who left the room. So Cutler and Potter then 1-2. Managed to drop it. NGR Bigsy by 2 seconds now, so I've missed that. Bigsy was in second. Potter was looking for a way past him. Potter putting in purple sectors. Trying to stick with NGR Cutler. So Bigsy now coming back under pressure from Conrad Racing. Oh, Conrad's smashing into the wall though, trying to keep up with Bigsy. He's in the slipstream, he'll get a bit of a run down here. He's got to stick with him as they come around the underpass section. It's a little bit straighter, he might be able to make a move on him. Oh, but he's gone sideways through there. Kept it though. Hunty now losing more time. He's 6 seconds back from Conrad Racing in 5th. He's got 5 seconds back to the Pro-Am boys now. Ollie O'Neill. He's managed to make a bit of a gap over West Ham Daz, so he managed to make a second up on him. West Ham Daz is slowly coming under pressure from Graham Reed's behind. The big gap developed back to 9th place at NGR Happy, who's managed to drop Gapow actually by a big chunk. Pilgrim Paddy's not that far back. Mustang Jockey now got the handle of these minis by the look of it. 12th. Danzo 13th and Jamie J in 14th. So are we missing? Who are we missing? Oh no, I thought we were missing NGR Happy, but it's not. So Potter McPot has managed to sneak past Cutler then. Oh, but clipping the wall. We just saw Cutler do the same thing, but Potter's had to go mega defensive to try and fend off Cutler after that little mistake. But Cutler's in a prime position for an overtake here. Let's go on board with NGR Cutler as he looks to make the move on Potter. So the 220 brake horsepower minis, bit of a handful. You have seen the back ends get a bit thrown out of shape. So Cutler, unfortunately, not able to utilise the toe through there, but he's got a bit of a better run through that corner than Potter. Right on him now, it pulls out to the right. Potter squeezing him, so it's a drag race. You can hear the wind increase. So Cutler then sneaks through the inside into the tunnel section, keeps it out the wall. Potter McPot not able to get back past. So a good clean move there by Cutler. He's still got Potter right there though. So we look at Potter then trying to do the same thing back. Oh, a little bit of a clip of the wall for Cutler. That's going to allow Potter to just blocked off by Cutler there. I think just as they were coming onto the apex, Potter went for the move. But a little bit of contact between the two drivers. So drift central with these little minis. Potter's got a good run through there. They are side by side as they head into this next right-hand turn. Potter sneaks through. What a move by Potter. I think he'd been lining that one up for a while. That was a good line from Potter there. He got NGR Cutler in his sights early on in that turn. He's not out of danger. Cutler's right there with him. As I say, Cutler's one of the most consistent drivers in this league. Potter McPot then got to do everything he can to keep Cutler behind and make that car as wide as possible. Take the inside lines, push Cutler out as wide as he possibly can without actually pushing him into walls, or well, you can't push him off track. You can't just vote for your man Hunty straight like that, Terminal. I'm not having that just because he's your boy. It's about driver of the day, who's had the best race. Not having that. So Biggsy's kept his third then, currently 7 seconds back from the guys in front, coming under a bit of pressure from Conrad. GRT Hunty now losing more time, 11.7 seconds back. So just struggling on his first race for a well, about half a season. So Ollie O'Neill still under pressure from the other Pro-Am drivers. Graham Reed's now has got past West Ham Daz, now looking to make moves on Ollie O'Neill around the outside. There's no place to make a move through there. Ollie O'Neill just clipping the wall. That might give Graham Reed a bit of a look. West Ham Daz is being brought back into this fight as well. Ollie O'Neill, Graham Reed and West Ham Daz now fighting out for top spot of the Pro-Am League. So West Ham Daz has had some really good results in this mini lobby. You can see he's right there with these boys. So we go on board with Graham Reeds. He's got West Ham Daz one side of him and Ollie O'Neill in front. So unfortunately West Ham Daz are not able to get past. I just jump back into the slipstream of Graham Reeds. Just 0.8 of a second between these three drivers. A little bit more now as West Ham Daz just drops off a little bit. Graham Reeds clips the wall. West Ham Daz comes back at him. Intimidating little mini, little flickering lights slowly closing in on Graham Reeds. Can West Ham Daz keep that momentum up? Oh, so Graham Reeds runs into the wall. That just allows West Ham Daz to sneak through. So the intimidation of that little mini heading towards him maybe just put him off a little bit. West Ham Daz then up into 7th, but 2nd in the Pro-Am class. Graham Reeds now 3rd, NGR Happy 4th in that respect. Mustang Jockey just dropped off the back of NGR Happy now. Kapow down in 11th. Oh, sorry, Mustang Jockey's got past Kapow. So Pilgrim Paddy coming under pressure from Danzo for that 12th position. And Jamie J, he's got a bit of a gap, so 4 seconds he's got to try and make up on the guys in front. So jump back up to the leaders of the pros and leaders of the race. Potter McPot now. Just saw him clip the wall as we flicked over to him. He's managed to make 1.3 seconds over NGR Cutler. So Cutler just slowly dropping out of the slipstream range. That gap extending. So nearly 12 minutes into this 15-minute race. Big gaps back to NGR Cutler. Conrad Racing's not managed to make his way past Bigsy either. Sorry, I said NGR Cutler, not NGR Bigsy. Yeah, so Conrad Racing still got that 1 second gap. Possibly closing in on spots like this and then getting one corner wrong maybe. Like that. And it takes Bigsy to get that one right, and you can see the gap extending. So Hunty now 19.7 seconds back. So sitting at the back of the pros. Oh, clipping the wall there. He's managed to make more of a gap over Ollie O'Neill in 6th place. He's managed to make a bit of a gap over 2nd place as well. 1.8 seconds. Graham Reeds has got back past West Ham Daz. So Ollie O'Neill's got a bit of free air to play with now. He's not got to worry about the drivers from behind. He's clipping the wall though. I think these two have just done exactly the same thing. So it looks like he can absolutely chuck these minis out. West Ham Daz definitely in the slipstream of Graham Reeds. Unable to get it done before these turns. Different lines through there though. Runs down the inside of Graham Reeds. First section of the corner, I think he's just done exactly what Potter's done, but run himself a little bit wide. Smashed into the wall, and Graham Reeds has managed to sneak through again. West Ham Daz now losing a bit of time after that contact. So let's just go and check out what's going on at the front. Potter McPot absolutely making a bit of a run now. 3.3 second lead he's got over NGR Cutler. We've only got a minute left on the clock. Potter just clipping the wall. Just got to battle his way through the back markers. As I say, it's entirely up to the pro drivers to make their way through. The pro and boys can take their racing lines. So this will become last lap, will it? Yes, it will. So just 30 seconds remaining. Potter's got more than half of the track to do. Making more time up over NGR Cutler. Potter's actually putting in purple sectors, even though he's fighting through the back markers. Oh, I think Cutler's just getting held up. I think he's just been held up a little bit through there. So we are on to the final lap then. Potter McPot has managed to make a massive break now from NGR Cutler, 5.2 seconds. So he's just got to keep it out of the wall. It comes around this last little complex, out the tunnel, up the left-hander, trying not to take the paint off on the exit. Oh, he did it that time. So running it almost into the wall on the exit on that turn. And again, just taking a bit of paint off. So good race from Potter McPot there. Takes a win in the minis. Cutler, good race from him as well. Second place. Big Z coming to go moment in third place for the pros. I'm missing all the pro and boys, but unfortunately it's just I've got to keep my eye on these guys. And so Big Z takes third, Conrad fourth, GRT Hunty is going to come home in fifth. He's a chunk back. So let's have a look at the pro am boys. Ollie O'Neill's already crossed the line. First for the pro ams, then Ollie O'Neill. Second, Graham Reeds. West Ham Daz in third. It's a good race from West Ham. He was unlucky to lose that time at the end there to the drivers in front. He was looking good, but still a podium position in the pro am division. NGR happy in fourth. Oh, why do you do that? Why do you do that, PlayStation? So yeah, nice win by Potter McPot. I will throw up the race results. Reggie T, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I've posted that sticker. I think Terminal Goat's already seen it. Tell your mates, tell your mum, strapped across the front of your Porsche. Great. So we will catch up with those race results. Potter takes first, then Cutler in second, Bigsy third, Conrad fourth, GRT Hunty in fifth. So the top five are the pros. The rest are the pro-am. So Ollie O'Neill in sixth, Graham Reeds in seventh, West Ham Daz eighth, NGR Happy ninth, Mustang Jockey 10th, Kapow 11th, Danzo 12th, Pilgrim Paddy 13th, Jamie J in 14th. That was NGR Mad Marshall. We lost then. Okay. So he was in 15th, but jumped out. Cutler taking fastest lap as well. Ooh. Jamie J's disappeared. That's strange. Hopefully he comes back. So we will have a few minutes break in between race 1 and race 2. It's a reverse grid race for race 2. And different settings as well. We'll see those pop up on. Let's have a look. What's he saying? A 5-minute break or a 10-minute break? Well. Terminal, stop it. You might see a driver in race 2 that you might think, oh, he might deserve it. Might still be Hunty, but you know, you've got to give it a chance. There's another race yet, mate. Got to just slow things down a little bit. What have we got? 10 minutes. Couldn't tell you. Nobody's actually made a decision whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We'll wait and see. So yeah, no Zuzims tonight. That's going to help Cutler and Potter McPot. Potter McPot is actually down in 4th in this championship. Cutler's leading it, so that will help him coming in 2nd. But it'll definitely help Potter coming in 1st. As I say, he's missed 2 races, but still sitting in 4th. Oh my God, look. Can't throw up love hearts for Hunty. He's obviously given you the wrong impression, because some people over here don't think of him with hearts. We love him, don't get me wrong, as in, you know, he's a good guy, but yeah, he gets some stick. Speak to CJW Racing. Go see him on YouTube. Drop him a message saying, why are you always picking on Hunty? Look, stop flapping, Hunty. It's a difficult track to come back on. It really is. You know that. The minis are a handful. They'll let go at the slightest breath of a corner at any speed. Especially the pros. You're sitting in the 220 class. You weren't in these, were you? Were you in the pro-ams or the pros? I can't remember which lobby you were in. Oh, come on, Hunty. CJW gives you some jip, my friend, and you know it. But like I said, we love you, Hunty. We wouldn't have you any other way. Toxic. I can't believe nobody's ever... Oh, no, no. My son's called me toxic once. Right, so new settings up. Let's have a quick browse around. Race 2, reverse grid order from race 1. So they are allowed racing super soft in this one. Minimum tyre is racing hards. Tyre wear set times 10. Fuel is times 5. So there should be different tyre wear. Is it tyre wear or fuel depletion? One of them used to be different in the Pro-Am lobby, but unfortunately we can't have 2 different sets of settings in one lobby, so it's been set to the Pro-Am lobby settings, I think. They don't start with a full tank of fuel either, they only start with 70 litres. Side contact penalties are on. Yes, race 2, half an hour, reverse grid. Minis, no run out. And now we've got super softs. Ah, right, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, so come from the Pro-Ams into the pros, jacked it into commentate, and then came back, and then forgot you were in the pros rather than the Pro-Ams. Thought, Jesus, these minis are quick. So let's kind of have a look, see what that does to some scores. So no Don Dotter tonight either, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, Potter McPot's in 5th, not 4th. I thought he was in 4th. It's Bigsy in 5th. Bigsy in 4th, sorry, Potter in 5th. Come on, get your bloody words out. No Pav tonight, no Cuddles, no Scar Wars, no Burnt Fry. Conrod's back. So yeah, only 5 of the pros. Well, it's 4 of the pros and Hunty. Because Hunty, like I say, although he was in pros. He only did a couple of races and then decided to do commentating. He was still going to do commentating, but now the lobbies are joined together, so it's a bit of a shame. It's nice to keep as many drivers in the lobbies as possible. It would have been pointless keeping 2 lobbies open with sort of 7 drivers in each, or 6 or 7 drivers in each. Maybe 10 in one, 5 in another. I think that's what it was. That's what it was. Race 6. Yeah, 5 drivers. That wasn't cricket. Some of the drivers out on track then, trying to perfect these turns. Used to be a lot of cheating on this game, where you could use the barriers as a bit of a run around, just smash into the wall and drive yourself round. The penalty system got changed to fix that, but then 15 updates later, everything else is knackered. They fix one thing, something else breaks. Stop stealing code from one thing, put in another, or whatever you're doing, stop it. Or putting in code that something else goes, I don't like that, not having it. I'm going to break for a bit. Drop this off screen now then. I was going to have a look at the Pro-Ams. So that's another win for Ollie O'Neill. Storming away with this league. This division in this league. No him, Carl. Danzo's in. Where did Danzo come? I forget. I should take photos or screenshot or something, shouldn't I? Yes, Dark Smokey, you should. Good points on the board for Graham Reed as well tonight. Coming in second in the Pro-Ams. West Ham Daz coming in third, that'll help. Say with a few of these drivers not racing as well, it'll allow some of the drivers further back to catch up. No Boonsy Bob. Matt Marshall jumped out of the race at the start. Jamie J has left the lobby. I don't think he's come back yet, has he? No, we're down to 14, so no Jamie J. Revolver's out. Mr. Dre's out. So time of day's changed, it's night. Might make it a little bit more intimidating for some of the drivers. Terminal Goat won't be happy with you lot. You're scratching up those lovely liveries he's been commenting on. Yeah, very unforgiving track, this one. Not as bad as some of the other Tokyo tracks. As we all know, they do like to... Oh. giving it full beans through here. Just remember tyre and fuel wears on Hunty. Tyre wear and fuel, not fuel wear. Fuel depletion. Right, so it looks like we're about to start race 2 then. Try and get everyone onto track. So this is it, we're about to start. We'll have a quick look at the grid order. More paint removed off that livery there. See, I should screenshot, but I can't. So Pilgrim Paddy's going to lead us out then in race 2, reverse grid from race 1. Same camera angle, flipping it. Half an hour race, reverse grid from race 1. You think so, Terminal? So they're away. Give me a different camera angle. Give me a different camera angle. So Pilgrim Paddy leads them away then. He's just about to get overtaken by NGR Danzo though. So the Pro-Am boys just leading the way through. Danzo sneaking through into first, then Pilgrim Paddy second, Kapow into third. Some melee of drivers through here. Mustang Jockey fourth. Happy in fifth. Happy's just clipped the wall though. Conrad Racing's going for a move down the inside of him. So the Pro boys have got to try and fight their way through without causing too much or any incidents. You can see a bit of a melee at the start. So we've got the Pro boys trying to get through this pack now. Can't even keep up with who's where. Positions are changing all over the place. Cutler's giving off sparks. I'm just going to say there's a clump of minis. There's a clump of minis driving around a track. And fireworks at the minute. Potter McPot though sneakily has shot himself through into first. He's managed to get through that pack. Conrad Racing's managed to break through as well. Kapow still in third. Mustang Jockey fourth. NGR Cutler trying to make his way through. Oh, just clipping the wall there though. So 6. He's ghosted as well. He's held a 2-second penalty. He's got to drop that. West Ham Daz in 7th. Danzo in 7th. Graham Reed's 8th. Hunty then struggling to get through these Pro-Am boys at the minute. Like I say, they're no slouches, these Pro-Am boys. Oh, Ollie O'Neill just coming into contact. Looks like with possibly, not sure who it was. Might have been Hunty, might have been Bigsy. Might have been Graham Reed. Can't quite tell. So let's just fire ourselves back up to the front of this race. Potter McPot then has managed to get a bit of a gap over second place Conrad. 2-second lead he's got currently. He's out on the racing softs, sitting on about half a tank currently. Conrad Racing's come out on the mediums. Cutler's managed to get through that pack now. He's still holding that penalty though. So what's he on? He's on the racing softs again, half a tank of fuel. Mustang Jockey still holding fourth. GRT Hunty's almost got his way past him then. Goes down the inside through that last turn. Into the wall though. Mustang Jockey's going to come back at him. So losing all that time then for Hunty. Power in 7th. Big Z in 8th. Danzo now 9th. Graham Reed's 10th. NGR Happy 11th. Pilgrim Paddy 12th. Ollie O'Neill, unfortunately, sitting at the back of the pack, 4.5 seconds down. Still plenty of time to go. Only 3.5 minutes in so far. Potter McPot extending that out front. Cutler has actually managed to make his way past Conrad Racing. So up into second for Cutler. Still holding his penalty though. He's got to lose that and catch up with Potter. And try and break away a bit more from Conrad Racing in third as well. So the majority of the pro boys have got through. Just NGR Bigsy. He's managed to get through the majority. He's just got Mustang Jockey left to go. But Powell's sticking with him quite well. Dragging West Ham Daz along too. Oh, there's a contact between West Ham Daz and Kapow. Kapow getting it wrong. Unfortunately, West Ham Daz had absolutely nowhere to go there. Smashes into the back of Kapow. Loses a lot of time now. Coming under pressure from Graham Reed's behind. Graham Reed's is holding a chunk of penalty as well, 3.2. NGR Happy. NGR Happy's holding 4.4 second penalty. So a lot of wall contact in this one. And the Pilgrim Paddy also 3.8 second, 3.7 now, second penalty. Danzo's clean. Ollie's managed to catch up again, so looking to make a move down the inside of Danzo. Cleanly through there. On a mission then, Ollie O'Neill then. We've got someone parked up at the side of the track. GRT Hunty, okay. Not having the best of nights, to be honest. So only 4 pro drivers left in this lobby. We've got Potter McPot leading the race, 2.5 second gap over NGR Cutler now. So Cutler has actually done exactly that. He's gained time on Potter, lost some of his penalty and made the gap over Conrad Racing. As I said in race 1, this guy is as consistent as you like. He says, smashing into the wall. I'm trying to big you lot up. You're not making it easy. West Ham Daz not happy. He's now left the room. Not sure what's happened there. Possibly more contact, or maybe more contact with NGR Happy. He's holding a big old chunk of penalty. So coming up on the back of Kapow though. So, yeah, difficult track not to pick up wall penalties really when you're trying to battle your way through or past another driver. And Pilgrim Paddy's now left the room. Potter McPot then still leading. He's managed to make more time up over Hunty blue screen. That's why he's out, but he wasn't having the best of nights anyway. He wasn't overly impressed. We were racing here tonight. Potter McPot clapping the wall there. So just losing a bit of time to Cutler behind. Oh, Cutler ghosting, hitting the wall, trying to lose that penalty. So Conrad's already in the pits. Maybe not happy with those racing mediums, coming in for a set of softs. Let's just stick with him, see what he does. So just under a quarter of a tank, maybe just pitting early. Takes on board a whole shed load of fuel as well, so he goes for just over half a tank for a set of racing softs. But he's now down in 6th position and a lot of work to do to get back through to try and chase down the top 3 in the pros now. Pow and NGR Happy hitting the wall. So back up to race leader Potter McPot. 3.4 seconds his gap now. Racing soft starting to look a little bit beaten up. Cutler's soft's not looking too bad. Still holding a little bit of that penalty though. Possibly what's causing him to lose that time to Potter. Just dropping another chunk there. So Biggsy's now almost 20 seconds back from these two. A lot of work to do for Biggsy. So Graham Reed's leading the Pro-Am boys then, sitting in fourth. Mustang jockey not that far back. Graham Reed's just trying to drop some penalty off through there. Probably picking up another chunk. But it's slowed him down enough for Mustang jockey to have a run at him. So they're side by side now. As they head, Mustang jockey's actually snuck straight through. That's how much it slowed down Graham Reed's. Now Conrad Racing coming back onto these two after his pit stop. Oh, big scrape down the wall there for Conrad. So looking to fight his way back past Graham Reed's and Mustang jockey. So back past Graham Reed's already. It's just got Mustang jockey to go. Should get this position done quite easily. Maybe not through the turns, but Mustang jockey running a bit wide as he comes out. He just collects Conrad Racing a little bit, puts him off. So Conrad Racing just smashing into the wall on the exit of that turn, picking up a penalty for his trouble as well. He won't be happy about that. But through the back markers now, up into fourth. So Potter and Cutler back in the pits. Potter just being released. So he comes out with just under 3/4 of a tank for a set of racing softs. Biggsy has got to come in. Cutler's out on racing softs. He's gone for 3/4 of a tank as well. Biggsy, I'm not sure if Biggsy's going to make another lap. He's still giving it full throttle. We'll stick with Biggsy. Could be a bit of drama if he does run out of fuel. If not, he's playing an absolute blinder. Oh, clipping the wall. And on the exit of that one. So I think he's out of fuel. He is. He's got his foot planted. Nothing's happening. Oh, Biggsy. Biggsy, no. Biggsy. Conrad Racing then coming flying up behind his pit earlier. Oh, Biggsy, you were so close. You were so close, Biggsy. In the pits now, though, but he's lost a lot of time due to that. So with race leader Potter McPott now got 4.7 second lead over second place at NGR Cutler. Cutler took on a bit more fuel than Potter McPott. So we'll see whether that benefits him later on when they come in for their next stop. Conrad Racing up into third then. He's managed to chase down Biggsy, but Biggsy ran out of fuel with just about an eighth of a lap to go. So Graham Reed's then up into fourth, yet to stop as well. The lower brake horsepower Pro-Ams obviously use a little bit less fuel at top end. Happy still holding a penalty. Fifth place currently. Got Ollie O'Neill out on hards. That might be why he's struggling. He is also on the limit of fuel, but as I say, he's a Pro-Am. So his car is not going to use as much fuel. Bigsy then out the pits now in 7th. A lot of work for Bigsy to do. He's gone for the full tank, racing softs. Let's see how that does him. Mustang jockey in 8th now, having a little bit of a race on his own. He has pit though, fresh set of racing soft, full tank. Power also, he's gone for a little bit less fuel though. He's gone for the racing mediums. Then NGR Danzo, he's gone for a full tank, fresh set of racing softs as well. So race leader Potter McPot, 7.7 seconds he's now got over Cutler. Cutler's still losing his penalty. Potter McPot just having a bit of a stormer at the minute. He's extended by tenths of a second. Almost every second. Oh, he's lost a bit of time there. But fastest lap of the race, 1:24.2 for Potter. Just clipping the wall on the way out of there though. Cutler's fastest is 1:24.6 on lap 3. Conrad Racing then in the pits to gather that fuel. Let's find Bigsy. So Bigsy ran out of fuel kind of here. Oh no, it's a little bit further back actually, but so Conrad Racing just being released now. Bigsy comes flying past him. Oh, that's Happy. Bigsy, where's Bigsy? Bigsy's still 4.5 seconds back. Time coming down quickly now though. 3.3 seconds that gap between Conrad and Bigsy. Conrad's got to get his way past NGR Happy though. Does so easily down that straight section. Driftertronic through there. So Bigsy sneaking his way through. Oh, not quite. Coming into contact with NGR Happy there, trying to get through that turn. NGR Happy might be spitting a few bullets about that, we'll see. So yeah, Mustang jockey just out on his own. He's got Graham Reed slowly closing in on him. What's he back? 3.7 seconds. Holding a chunk of penalty though. Mustang jockey's free of penalty. Mustang jockey's actually pulling away a little bit from Graham Reed's. So Kapow in 8th. Got Ollie O'Neill who won race 1 for the Pro-Ams. Currently sitting in 9th. He did start from the back of the pack. Came out on the racing hards, which is a odd choice. Oh, trying to get around the outside of Kapow there. He's just smashed into the wall. Yeah, so he came out on the hards in his first stint, and unfortunately from off the line he just got overtaken and was left at the back of the pack, and then had to sort of fight his way back up to these guys on the hards. So past Kapow now then for Ollie O'Neill, up into 8th. So he's currently sitting, let me just have a look at these. He's currently sitting in 4th in the Pro-Ams, is Ollie O'Neill. We are on board with Bigsy. I do know that, I can see that. Let's just go and see how far Potter's made it up the road. 10.5 second lead now already. So Potter, these minis and Tokyo all coming together tonight. three drivers giving us some sparks through there. Losing a bit of time though. Potter getting inveigled with these back markers and clipping walls. Tries to make a move down the inside of Ollie O'Neill. Not able to do it. It's going to utilise him for a bit of a toe down here. Slingshots down the inside. Ollie O'Neill just trying to stay out of the way. Clean driving from the Pro-Am driver, not to collect Potter McPot. Yeah, so Potter did lose a lot of time there. Cutler's now 8.3 seconds back, but he's now got the job of fighting past Mustang Jockey and Graham Reeds. Oh, sorry, it was Ollie O'Neill and was it NGR Happy? It was Ollie O'Neill and Kapow, wasn't it? So Ollie's just making a bit of a break from Kapow at the minute. Gap coming back down though. Kapow just getting the benefit of a bit of slipstream up that long straight. NGR Danzo, unfortunately he's got that 40.3 seconds. It's a big old gap to make anything up. 10 minutes remaining. Let's just see what's happening. Potter McPot then, 8.5 seconds still. So he's had a good race tonight, Potter. We will see him come in the pits in a second. Let's see how that benefits Cutler. Say he did run, put a bit more fuel on, looking to run long. He's done a good job with those softs. So Potter's in the pits then. Cutler comes through. Clips the wall though, but no, he's still got to get past these drivers in front. He's still got Kapow and Graham Reeds to get past. Let's see if he can do it cleanly. Little flash of the lights just to let them know he's coming. Oh, still a little bit of contact. I think that's just the fact that as Cutler's exit point was suddenly filled up with Kapow. So not super clean through there for Cutler. Let's see how he gets past Ollie O'Neill. Flash of the lights through there as well. Chucks himself down the inside. Again, a little bit of contact between those two. They're just trying to keep it straight and on track though. So Cutler through into first then. Potter McPot 14.2 seconds back now. Just under 3/4 of a tank. Fresh set of racing softs. So we will see Cutler in the pits in a lap or two's time, but he won't have to take on board much fuel, so he won't have to spend long in the pits. We'll see how Potter McPot fares when that happens. So Bigsy and Conrad racing. Bigsy's got past Conrad, and these two now fighting it out for third position. Conrad side by side as they head into this little right-hander. Oh, he's way too quick into there. Smashes into the wall. Bigsy just keeps it calm, sneaks back through. So Cutler does come into the pits then. Where's Potter McPot? Comes past the pit entrance. Where's Cutler? Cutler's still in the pits, taking on board fuel. Potter McPot comes past the pit exit there then. Takes back the lead of the race. NGR Cutler comes out. Just leave it a second while the timer sort of sorts itself out. Yeah, so not benefiting from that then Cutler. The gap at 10.8 seconds. It was at about 8.5. So maybe Cutler just taking on a little bit too much fuel. Potter McPot getting past Kapow easily then. So they will have to get past these back markers in the Pro-Am division. Cutler's got it all to do then. 6 3/4 minutes. So Bigsy's managed to hold Conrad for that third position. Conrad's right on him though. Have these two got enough fuel to last till the end? Big Z? Ooh, possibly not. So Conrad might get this position anyway. Conrad's holding a lot more fuel, but he may also have to pit before the end of this race. So he's got to stick bumper to bumper to try and make anything of it. Nice tight line there for Conrad Racing. So Bigsy does chuck himself in the pits now then. That gives Conrad Racing a free run. Nothing out on track in front of him really. So we'll come back to that. 5.5 minutes on the clock. Quarter of a tank on board for Conrad Racing. So Bigsy then in the pits taking on board fuel. Mustang Jockey then. So Mustang Jockey leading the Pro-Ams. We just see Graham Reed's coming around that corner. Just about dropped his penalty. He's got 5.8 second gap though to Mustang Jockey. Mustang Jockey's pretty much just got to keep it on track now. I think he's holding enough fuel to go to the end. Graham Reed's has got plenty on board. So gaining slightly on Mustang, but I don't think there's enough time left on the clock to make any big dents into that. So NGR happy in 7th, out on his own again, 6.4 in front to Graham Reed, 12.9 seconds back to Ollie. So Ollie O'Neill managed to make a big old gap from Kapow now, 12.7 seconds. Kapow again all out on his own. Danzo, looks like Danzo's miles back, yeah. He's going slowly for some reason, not sure why. Maybe his throttle's dead or something. If you look at the screen, you can see his little throttle bar just to the left of the, just to the right of the 3. You see a little flashing arrow. There's a bar. It's only about a quarter. It's not moving any, like he's, I don't know, it just doesn't, yeah, possibly broken wheel, broken pedal. That's unfortunate for Danzo coming to the towards the end of this race. So it looks like he's going to see it out. He'll still get points. Oh, okay. So Conrad Racing's now left the room. I don't know what's happened there. We just jump on board with Potomac Pot as he sticks in another fastest lap of the race, 1:24.0. 14 seconds he's got over Cutler. So just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Potter in first, Cutler in second, Bigsy in third. Not sure what happened to Conrad Racing. Hopefully we get a bit of a understanding about that at some point. So Mustang Jockey then. Having a really good race for the Pro-Ams. Sitting in 4th in total in this race, but leading the Pro-Am division currently in this race, not the championship. That's Ollie O'Neill, who's sitting in 4th in this race in the Pro-Ams. But Mustang Jockey's got 8.2 seconds over Graham Reed's. 2.5 minutes remaining. So 2 more laps. Comes around the last turn then, just losing a bit of time to Graham Reed's. And NGR Happy is actually closed in on Graham Reed's, 2.1 that gap. So Graham Reed's just needs to be a little bit wary. 1.5 now the gap. NGR Happy on an absolute mission at the end of this race. It is getting a bit close terminal. Ollie O'Neill's picked up a penalty. Unfortunately, he's got 16.3 seconds to his closest rival, NGR Happy. That was Cutler just getting past him. Nothing to to worry about from behind though. Gapan got 22.5-second gap. And Danzo, yeah. He had full throttle then. But yeah, he's definitely got issues. He's not out of fuel, there's no damage on the car. So, something's happened. Potter McPotts. That gap has dropped down to 8 seconds. He's not got fresh tyres on, he's not been in the pits. Possibly just getting past a couple of drivers. Slowed him down a little bit. Possibly just taking it easy towards the end of this race. Maybe try and... Oh no, he'll have to do an extra lap, so he comes around this last turn now. So crosses the line. We've got just about 30 seconds left on the timer, so this will become last lap. So Cutler, he's got an extra lap. Unfortunately, he's way too far back. Without a mistake from Potter, he's way too far back to make any kind of gain on him. Bigsy in third, 48 seconds back. And we've lost Conrad Racing. That's a bit of a shame because Bigsy and Conrad were coming into a bit of a fight at the end of this race. It was looking interesting. Mustang Jockey's had a good one, extended his gap over NGR Happy, who's now got past Graham Reeds. Potter McPott just trying to get past these two as well on the back half of this track. Kapow has already finished the race now then, as the timer has ticked over the 30 minutes. So first of the drivers to cross the line. Let's go back with Potter McPott, the race leader. A couple of corners left to do. So Bigsy has also crossed the line. Potter McPott, 2 corners left, but Graham Reeves is just running straight around the outside there. Potter's not too bothered about that. Into the wall then for Potter. He's trying to drift the Mini across the line. Let's hope he does it before Cutler gets there. He's trying to handbrake it. It's not the track to handbrake around here, Potter. So Potter takes the win. That was a good race from him. Cutler takes second place. Not that far back in the end with Potter's shenanigans at the end. Bigsy's already crossed the line. He was 40 seconds back. Mustang Jockey then taking the win for the Pro-Ams. NGR Happy in fifth. Graham Reed 6th. They've disappeared off track, off screen. So, naughty PlayStation. Yeah, so Potter went up 12 positions. Yeah, he got through to the front pretty quick in that race. Let's just flick back to those results. So yeah, Potter taking the win, Cutler taking second, Bigsy third. Yeah, not too sure what happened with Conrad Racing. So Mustang Jockey, like I say, good race in the Pro-Ams, 4th on track. But taking the win there for the Pro-Ams. NGR Happy just getting past Graham Reeds at the end of that one. Ollie O'Neill ended up 4th for the Pro-Ams. Kapow in 5th. NGR Danzo in 6th. I don't know who 10th was that quit. I don't know who you are. GRT Hunty. Blue screened. West Ham Daz was upset. Oh, we had a Pilgrim Paddy, one of these. One of these was Pilgrim. Yeah. Potter McPott taking fastest lap as well, 1:24.0. So that was round 8 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Next Gen, presented by myself, Dark Smoker. I am actually back on Wednesday for the Team versus Team GR3 event. That is at 8:30 again. All the Next Gen events are at 8:30. And then back Thursday for, I forget which round it is, of the P1RC's Renault Megane Trophy Cup. No racing for me this week. That's finished. I came 9th in the championship. Happy with that. Against the boys I was racing with, I'll take that. And then Sunday, back for P1, second round of the P1 boys in their new GR3 league. So it's a good race Sunday night. Make sure you go and check that out, but make sure you give me a like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. because I like all that sort of stuff, likes and subscribes and things. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Good racing from next gen mini boys tonight. One or two little bits of contact, but to be expected. I didn't see any incidents that meant, you know, for investigation, but there might well be. Let's see. No problem, Cutler. Just giving me a bit of a shout there. Oh, okay, so the lobby's just been set up, ready for Wednesday's race then. So you can see on screen, next gen MRC Sim Effects. There are the P1 boys in there as well. GR3. Ah. Oh, for goodness sake. That's going to be interesting. Rear wheel drive cars through the corkscrew. Tyre wear and full damage. Ooh, that will be interesting. Yeah, come and check that out on Wednesday. You'll see a few of these drivers in there as well. So I'm going to end the stream about here. You people know what's coming up now. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.